Okay, we are back, and we are back with, like I said, an American hero, very special young man sitting here between me and Rex, Jason Smith.
How you doing?
Good. Jason is from Ringo.
I am.
And his fiancée, Lauren, is out here, but she wouldn't come up here with us tonight.
That's true.
and what a lovely fiancée you have.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Jason. I'm not going to talk much. Rex is not going to talk much either. We're going to let you talk.
I don't really have nothing to say.
Yes, you do.
It works easier if you ask me the questions.
Okay, well, I can ask some questions. But before we start, we have a few people here, your fellow...
American Legion.
What can I say? Fellow...
Soldiers?
Soldiers, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Brothers, yeah.
Brothers, yeah. Alan Bradford's here. Alan was in the Army. All of you know Alan Bradford. He was... commissioner here. Ray Moore, U.S. Navy. He's got my vote. My dad was in the Navy in World War II. Rex over here, he was in the Army, and they didn't kick him out. Imagine that. Johnny Farr, we all know Johnny. Johnny's in the Navy. Another good guy. Harold Morris, United States Air Force. Mm-hmm. Where's Harold? Right there.
Harold over in the
corner. And they've all got on their hats how proud they are. And Joy Ferguson. Joy was also in the Marine Corps. And he also has on his hat, I think. I can't say that well. And then we have a couple other people. We have Robert Goff, fellow commissioner that is running for re-election. Remember when you go out to vote. Marshana Sharp with the library. And William Back just stuck in, and William is just with everything. He's everywhere with everything, so you can just pick on William. Yeah. And now we're going to talk to our special guest, Jason. Jason, you was in Afghanistan, correct?
I was.
For how long was you in the...
4 months. I was set for an 8-month deployment, and exactly at the 4-month mark, halfway mark, I stepped on an IED.
Mm. Now, you're going to have to... What is an IED?
It's improvised explosive device. It's a bomb, basically, a landmine.
And they're buried, I assume?
They are. Not too deep, though, because they want to just hide it enough, but they want you to be high enough so if you step on it or even nudge it, it goes off.
Mm. Mm. Was you the only one hurt when this happened with you?
Yes.
Or? Okay. Now, tell everybody what happened.
It's July 25th, 2012. We heard an explosion, and we had to go out and investigate, see what happened. And I was the lead. I was a Valen, which is a metal detector. I was the person who walked in front of everybody else, made sure everyone was safe. And when we approached the site, there was some of the insurgents' belongings. I don't want to go too much into detail. I've been down to pick up the hat, or there was a hat on the road. So I've been down to pick it up, looking for DNA and everything. And when I've been down to pick it up, the bomb went off.
Mm. Mm. That's horrible. That is. So basically, it was planted there for someone to pick up.
Yeah, it was actually a hot spot. There's probably about 5 or 6 of them there. And what they do over there is they put stuff in the trees to let the locals know not to walk that way, or they'll line rocks up on the road. And the locals know not to do that because that's where the bombs are. And even though we know that's there, it's still our job to find them and get them out, and then EOD, which is the bomb squad over there, they take care of the rest once we find them.
Yeah. Was that your job, trying to find those bombs? Or
well, I was infantry, and every platoon had people assigned to metal detectors to make sure everyone else was safe, and I was one of them.
Yeah. I know this may be getting into a little politics, but what do you think about the president pulling all the troops out now after, 10 years? Have we been over 10 years? Or what do you got any comment about that?
Well, I don't see a point for any of us, more of us to get hurt. That's for sure. You got to think, even if he only sends over 200, that's 200 families that have to worry.
Exactly.
And it's not fair.
Exactly. And is your family live in Ringo, or where exactly are they from? Your mom and dad?
My father lives in Ringgold. Okay. My mother passed in '99. and my fiance's family lives in Ringgold as well.
Yeah, I work over there a lot in court,
Okay.
so I'm over there quite a bit from Trenton.
He's not well liked over there. He's the probation officer.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's not well liked here because
for other
it's just
for other
Rex.
reasons.
All right, now tell us, you got injured that day, and what is, people out there can't see the extent of your injuries, so tell them what happened.
I lost my left leg above my knee. I lost my right leg below my knee. I have damage on both arms and both hands. That's about it. I got some scarring on my stomach.
Oh, that's about it. That's pretty major.
It could always be worse. You know, you gotta think you.
Debbie, that sent me information about you, she said that you had the best outlook about life after what you've been through. Now, I just met him this afternoon, and it certainly appears to most definitely be true. Because if this was me, I'd be sitting feeling sorry for myself.
I went through that.
Did you really?
I did. Once when I was injured. Before I was injured, I was about 210 pounds. When I got out of the hospital, I was probably 120, and then I ballooned to 190. And 190 pounds with no legs is nothing pretty. It was awful. I was on a healthy diet of Milk Duds and Red Bull. And
I don't know about the Red Bull, but I'm there with you. I'm in
Milk Duds.
Milk Duds, I'm all over it.
But you just have to snap out of it. You know, like I said, it could always be worse. There's someone out there that has it worse than you at every time. You know, and you can't feel sorry for yourself. You have to keep pushing on. And it's in the beginning, I put on a fake face because my soldiers were still overseas, and I just wanted them to see, you know, that I was good, and them seeing me being good would help them,
Right.
you know, and their morale.
Right.
And after a while, I just started believing it, and it got easy. You know, it's not the end of the world. It's just the end of a world. You know, it's just, now you just have to modify yourself, figure out how you can do certain things. I still do the things I love doing before. I go to the gym.
Yeah, we can tell you go to the gym. Just saying.
Thanks. I watch movies. I used to love watching movies, so nothing has really changed.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't run as much. So that's about it.
Yeah.
But-
Do you go around and help other people that are wounded or
I only
needs help?
know one other person besides me, and he's double amputee as well, and his name is Andrew Smith. And I think you guys all know him. He's in Chattanooga.
Yeah.
And I don't know. He helps me more than I help him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm sure y'all help each other, really.
Oh yeah, he's
actually.
he's got a charity called Honor and Sacrifice. And he calls all the time, asks if he can help me in any way. And I'm just like, man, I'm good. You know, I find someone, you know, that really needs it. It's pretty cool what they're
That's
doing.
encouraging to you, I'm sure.
It is.
You know, that somebody else is thinking about you, not just yourself.
It is cool.
So.
It's nice.
Yeah.
How long was you after you got all this happened? I'm assuming they took care of you there in Afghanistan for a short period of time.
Fairly, but actually, where I got hurt, I was in southern Afghanistan. So they flew me to Kandahar, and from Kandahar they flew me to Germany. And I stayed there for 5 days. Then I went to America.
Yeah.
And where did they do? I'm assuming you had to have surgery of some kind on your legs or
One was still there a little bit, just by thread. So I think they just.
cut it off.
Yeah.
I think so.
Couldn't say.
I don't know. They put me in a coma after I got in there.
Yeah.
And I
Who did you
woke
go
up
to
and-
in Germany? At
Launch stool?
Yeah.
think so.
I thought maybe at Ramstein or somewhere like that.
Now, they put you in a coma, and how long did you stay in a coma?
From Kandahar to launch stool.
Really?
So I mean, maybe a day or two.
They just induced it so you would be
They did, so,
completely.
yeah.
The pain, I'm sure, was
Oh, it's-
unbearable. What?
was a little
Now,
rough.
now this will show you how dumb I really am. When it happened, what was your first thought? Did you have a thought, or was it just like it was just? I shouldn't have picked the hat up.
Well, no, I didn't know it was me at first. I thought it was a guy in front of me because I had pushed everyone back except for one person to pull security while I do what I had to do. And I tried to crawl to him, and then I realized after I saw my hands, it was all bloody, that it was me.
That it was you.
And I remember asking my squad leader, because it was my squad leader and my saw gunner who he was taking care of me, putting on the tourniquets, and I was like, hey, are my legs there? They're like, yeah, you're good. And they flipped me over, and I was like, you're a liar. You know, they're gone. Totally
No, they're
lied to
not
me.
there.
Yeah. It was, I mean, it sounds awful, but I mean, it's kind of the best thing that ever happened to me, you know, because I met my fiance. You know, I'm humble now. You know, I was a little arrogant before.
I think that goes with the age.
Maybe.
Rex and I raised a son. We know about the arrogant thing.
Yeah. How long has it been since all this happened to you?
July 25th, 2012, so a little over 2 years.
A little over 2 years. And how long did it take you to get your, is it prosthesis or?
Prosthetics, yeah. I got into the States, I think it was July 30th, and I started walking November, but it wasn't until March or April when I was doing it every day.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I was depressed in the beginning. I didn't want to walk, and I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to give up. And then one day I was just like, you know, enough's enough. I'll just put them on and push through, and that's what I did.
Yeah, well, I noticed when you walked in, it's remarkable how well you're walking. So
yeah, the prosthetics have come a long way, you know. And
they have.
And it's definitely the therapist where I was at in San Antonio that helped me a lot. Without them, I'd be walking all crazy.
Yeah. Do you still go to therapy, or
I don't.
Just
no.
You're through with all that?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I retired out of the military February 27th, 2014.
Yeah.
And I just enrolled in Chat State.
Oh,
So
great.
Good for you.
It was cool. Ride for my family.
Good for you.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
You know, in the beginning it was going to be prosthetics, but there's no schools out here that offer that, so I'm just going to go in now and figure it out when I
Figure out as you
down the
go.
road. I don't know if it's going to be computers or nutrition, something like that.
Now, have you got any help? A lot of help from the military? Have they took care of you? Have you?
I mean, they'll always pay me. That's as far as it went. You know, the VA does what it can, but there's so many soldiers. You know, there's probably 30 people in each clinic, and there's probably 4,000 soldiers that need to be helped. So they're bogged down. It's not really anyone's fault. You know, it's just lack of manpower, I guess. But
yeah, I know the VA's all the problems that they're having now, but I really believe that they were just overwhelmed with us old folks that, you know, is depending on them, and then all the guys from Afghanistan and Iraq and all that stuff coming in too. I think
it's got to be hard. You kind of got to look at it through both angles. You know, you can't just be like stupid VA, you know, because then they could just turn around and be like stupid soldiers crying about everything. You know,
that's right.
Both angles.
I can see.
Well, since Rex has called us old, we're going to take a break, and I'm going to straighten him out. We'll be right back. All right, we are back with Jason, and now, Jason, something really special. Well, two things special we just heard about. One of them that we didn't know about, but Steps to Hope. This gentleman called you and said,
they're going to build me a house. It's kind of like a joint project. I have a guy in Kentucky. His name is Mike Fitzpatrick, and he was the person who first contacted me, and then Steps to Hope contacted me, like, hey, can we be involved as well? And we gladly accepted, you know. So it's awesome. It's an honor to, you know, even be thought about in the process for a house to be built for you. You know, it's real cool.
Well, now you said earlier, and he might not want me to say this, but I'm going to say it. You was offered a house before and you turned it down.
I did, yeah. I had they wanted to move me to Ackworth, Georgia, and it was just too far away from my home, you know, Ringgold. So I had to turn it down. You know, I had to stay close. And in the beginning, I kicked myself in the rear for that. A lot of people were like, "What are you thinking? Why did you do that?" And I was like, "Well, maybe one day another one will come along."
Right.
And it did. You know, thank God. You know, it's cool. It's a blessing. It really is. You know, to see. And it's all through you know, donations in kind. You know, people coming to help. People,
Exactly.
You know, can drive nails. You know, people that, you know, donations. It's just great to see the community come together. You know, for one goal like that. It's great.
Well, but the thing about it is, what you sacrificed for us and all those people that's coming together to help do that. If I had the money and I was in the position, everybody that went to the military would have a house, but unfortunately I don't have that, and I certainly don't have the money. But I mean, you sacrificed your legs. you've got some horrible scars, so I know that had to be painful. You sacrificed so much, so good for these people that want to do this.
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing. My fiance and I are, it's just great. You know, we can't thank people enough.
And they've already got the property, right?
We don't have the property yet.
Oh, I thought I read they did have the property.
We are in the midst of trying to find the correct, good property. The problem with it having to be going through the VA is that it has to be ADA compliant, and if that means the land can't be, hilly and stuff like that, it has to be somewhat flat. We had a couple people already offer some land. There was a man by the name of Doug Goodwin. He offered us some acreage in Cherokee Valley in Ringgold, and it was beautiful. There was a lake in there. It was just gorgeous. It was, we couldn't take it because there was an incline. It would go up, and it went flat, then it went up again. And I'm the kind of person that wants to get out there and do my own thing. Mow the lawn, take care of my property, and I wouldn't be able to do it.
Right.
And it's been rough trying to find it. But. Right.
You will.
Yeah,
It'll
it's out
show
there somewhere.
Up. Absolutely.
Out there somewhere.
Yeah.
And
you'll
then,
be glad you didn't go to Ackworth because it's too crowded now. It used to be a little country town, now it's just spread out. It's all
I heard
part
it's
of
getting
Atlanta.
big.
It's all part of Atlanta now. You don't leave one.
That congestion too on the highways, and it's just
a lot of congestion now.
I don't like traffic.
Atlanta will be up to Chattanooga pretty soon if it keeps stretching out.
It's coming this way.
Yeah, it's horrible. And then the other special news he has was, I'm gonna let you tell it.
My fiance Lauren is pregnant. Yeah,
He's
6 months. She's not even listening.
He's going to be a daddy.
Yeah.
That's
great. Probably the most exciting news you could tell.
It is. Yeah, it's like I said, the mom's probably the best thing that ever happened to me. Because I met her.
Well, now we're going to get into your personal life now. How did you meet her?
I knew her brother, and her brother and parents invited me to a family dinner. I had no idea she existed.
Well, let me tell you what, when I have an older brother, they usually try to not let their younger sisters exist.
Especially when they look like that.
Well, yeah, I understand that.
Exactly.
So I saw her, and I was just like, man.
Who is that?
I asked for his blessing. I was like, hey, man, I'm a little smitten by your sister. How do you feel about that? He's like, she's a grown woman. Do whatever you got to do.
That's great.
There it is. That's how that started.
When are they going to start? Of course, you got to get the land first.
We're in the beginning process right now. We actually just started naming people, giving them job titles and stuff. Debbie Hensley, she's here. She takes care of all the internet
Debbie's
stuff.
everywhere.
She's good. She's good. Top tier. Steps to Hope.
And I know Debbie can find people to do stuff because she done got me into doing something for her. So which I am totally enjoying. So I'm not complaining.
It's just, like I said, it's in the beginning right now. I forgot what I was going to say.
That's okay.
Oh, Steps to Hope, they actually built another home for a soldier as well. His name was Andrew Smith in Chattanooga. And that's why they decided to build another one. And when they heard about me, they decided to team up with Mike Fitzpatrick. And it's, like I said, it's getting off the ground now. We were supposed to have something going on in the beginning of September, but it got pushed back because we can't find any land yet.
Yeah. Have you been over there to see this house in Chattanooga? I mean, to get an idea of what it's like?
I know where it is, but I haven't really been over there yet.
Yeah. But do y'all get to plan how you'd like to lay out and stuff like that, or are they?
I think for the most part we have some say-so in it and everything like that.
Yeah.
Because you got to think it's the house of your future. It's your own. It's built to you. The problem with it being ADA is you can't have any thresholds. Any little bumps that going from room to room. It has to be flat. Can't have any
now,
stairs.
Now, what's ADA?
Man, I don't really know what it stands for.
Oh, okay.
Disability Act. Whoever said that.
American Disability Act, for all you. Okay, so that means because of your situation, it can't have any.
They have to build the house on the basis that I'm going to be in my wheelchair.
But you're not.
For the longest time. Well, every once you can't. I mean, I can put on a fake face, but every once in a while I have to get out of these legs. Definitely, they get sore.
Oh, I'm sure.
When I'm in the house, I'm always in my wheelchair.
Are you really?
I am.
Yeah. So the doors have to be wider, and then showers when you go in the shower.
Hardwood flooring, rolling showers, stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's real cool.
That's great. Something else I was going to ask you, I just forgot it too.
Well, Rex, we know why you forget.
I know. But I think it's just great that they're going to that they're going to do that for you.
I do too. I don't expect it. It's great to, like I said, it's just great to even be thought of.
Well, I'm sure there's somebody in Ringo. I mean, I know a lot of nice people over there that, a matter of fact, I'm going to be over there tomorrow. I'll throw in a good word for you that you're looking for.
Thank you.
Spot of
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'll mention that and see if we can get somebody down there to maybe I'll get one of the guys that's running for the probate judge over there. I work for the probate judge and say, hey, one of you guys will get some good PR if you can give this guy a little plug.
Exactly.
That'd be awesome.
That would be great.
And also, I mean, if anybody wants to hear the whole story and everything like that, we also have like a Facebook page. It's Jason's New Journey. You just type it up in the search bar and it'll pull up the story that you guys read this morning or this afternoon.
Yeah.
And it's just it's for support.
I think you'd be great going to high school and talking to kids. I know, but I mean, giving them some encouragement. And say, hey, all this happened to me, yet I'm still going. You guys whining and all this stuff. I think it'd be great to give some kids encouragement and all that. So
it could be an option.
Yeah,
it's sometimes Lauren will be like, oh, my back hurts and my foot hurts. I'm like, oh, your feet hurt, huh? How bad? Yeah, it's just like,
oh, really? Oh, really?
It's awfully good fun, though,
That's great. That's great.
Well, I can't see you complaining about too much. You certainly
not too much.
Don't appear to be you don't appear to be a whiner, is what I'm trying to say.
Can't do that.
Are you in touch with any of the people, the men or women that you were served with, or?
I talked to some of the people that were in my platoon before I was injured, and actually this week we had two guys fly in. One guy driving from Savannah, and another guy flying from New York. It was his Alive Day, which is the day that they were injured, so it's an anniversary. It's like his second birthday. And his name was Matthew Leba. We went out, had fun, ran amok, and I'm sure she's glad that the house is empty now.
That they're gone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was good to see him. They were my two best friends when I was going through rehab. Wesley Delgado and.
Are they still in the service? Are they still in the service?
Wesley Delgado was actually starting to go through RASP, which is Ranger Assessment Program.
Oh Lord.
And Matt Leva's already retired. He lives in New York.
The Rangers are rough.
I hope he makes it. He seems like he has the attitude. You just got to not quit and just keep going.
Now, is that like the Green Beret of the Vietnam days?
Probably worse than the Green. I mean, a lot more training than the Green Beret.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all pretty intense. I was just regular infantry. I was going to try and go Ranger, but then 3 days after I made my decision, I got blown up. I guess there was that.
Yeah.
Did you ever think at any point in time you were going to die?
No, I didn't really think about dying when I got blown up. I was just mad. Adrenaline kicked in. I was cussing at people. It wasn't a pretty sight. I was yelling at people to pull security. I was yelling. I was up for promotion, and I was yelling at my boss, and I was like, "You better promote me," expletive, just cussing. It's like, don't F around, you better do what you say you're gonna do, and everyone's just like, "Man, this guy's so angry to be so hurt,"
I would have been
worse than angry.
Yeah, I would have been, and then I would have blamed people. Yeah, that's what I would have done.
You go through that, but you can't blame people. You can't dwell on the past. It's just gonna make things worse. Just gotta move forward.
Well, now, when you said a minute ago that you was the metal detector, did you have a metal detector?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did, yeah. They call it the Valen. And unfortunately, they made this IED with carbon rods. They come out of batteries, the innards of the batteries, and that doesn't pick that up unless you have a CHIA, which is a carbon detector. And it didn't pick it up, so I thought it was clear. So.
Now, when you said that they would put things in the trees or something for the people that live there to stay in the house, or to stay out of the way.
They put them in the villages. They watch us from a distance. They watch our movements. They watch our tactics, and if they see us continuously going down the same path, they're going to put IEDs. One here, one here, one here, one here, and they're going to put cloth in the trees, or they're going to mark it with rocks. So, you're a little kid. You see the rocks, you're like, whoa, okay,
I can't go there.
Yeah, and that's what happens. And us, we're trying to make everyone safe. So.
See, now that's where I get real sideways on this. You're over there, and you come back home looking like this. which I'm not saying anything about the way you're looking. I'm talking about the fact you've lost your legs, you've lost so much of your life, in my opinion, to keep them safe, and they're trying to kill us. That's where I get.
No comment.
Okay.
Yeah, no comment.
All right, we're going to take just one more real quick break, and we'll be back with Jason. And I'll finish telling my story about why I get mad.
Yeah.
All right, we are back with Jason, and we was just having a little discussion off the side about, which I get sideways about a lot of things that everybody knows that knows me knows that. But we was talking about Jason come back in this situation he's in, and then the people over there, they send their kids out to kill Americans, and they don't care that they kill their own kids, but if they can kill an American, and we're sending our young men and women over there to be killed and come back with losing limbs and different to protect them. Now I just don't, that just totally rubs me the wrong way, and I appreciate what you've done. Like I said, you are a true American hero.
No, I'm not a hero, but
Yeah,
thank you so
you
much.
are.
Thank
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Thank you.
And all these men sitting out here, that served, they're heroes. I mean, that's the way we look at it. And we risk our life, or these men risked their life over the years to protect us. Now you can go ahead. We'll go ahead and finish up with Jason. Rex, you had something you wanted to ask?
Well, I wanted to talk to you about the medical help you get there, but you said you were sort of knocked out and didn't realize what all they do to you.
Well, when I first got injured, all of my appendages were so messed up that they couldn't run IVs, no fluids or anything, because they usually run up in your arms or they can do it in your legs. They had to go through flat surfaces, on your shoulder, your chest, your hip, and they messed up that part too. So when I got in the chopper, they have contingency plans for everything. They actually drilled into my shoulder. That's probably the worst part of the whole thing, But it's crazy how many people they can save. They're so quick. It's come a long way. I know if I had been in Vietnam, I wouldn't have made it. I guarantee you that.
Yeah. No.
They do a lot of good work over there. I actually met the pilot who evac'd me out. I was at a gym in San Antonio. He's like, "Man, I remember you," and he was like pointing at my hands, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's cool.
Really?
It's cool to see someone who saved your life."
Yeah, I bet.
It's neat.
Yeah.
I bet it was.
That would be.
Yeah.
Was there much talk over there about, that this is a waste of time, us all being over here? Did y'all talk among yourselves saying, what's going to happen when we're all gone,
I just, no comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has to be, that way.
It's a little frustrating to see you work to clean up something, and then as soon as you guys go out, it turns right back to where it was, if not worse.
That's what I was getting at, That's really sad.
We do what we can over there.
Exactly. Oh, y'all, super job. It was a super job what they're trying to do, but it seems like sometimes it's going to go back like it was.
It's like one step forward, two steps back.
Well, like you said before, there's a lot of people that's worse off than you are, that was over there, and it's really sad that you don't want to say it's in vain, because there are a lot of people that you helped over there.
There is.
A lot of people are glad to see you over there, and that's the thing you got to think about,
Yeah.
See, I'm selfish, Rex. I don't.
Yeah.
I think for everybody we helped over there, we had far more come back
That are
in horrible shape.
Yeah. That's the same way with.
And I guess it was like that in all wars. I've never been in a war. What do I know about a war? But I'm sure it was the same way in all wars.
Yeah. Well, it's like Vietnam. Everybody knew what was going to happen when we left over there. It was
going to go right back to the way it was.
Go right back. The communists took over, and it's just.
Well, that was just a political war for sure.
It is. Well,
I guess they're all
been since
political.
Vietnam, right on up to the time being. It's a political war. And that's you can't fight a war from Washington.
You can't. No.
That's the problem.
I say it's easy. It's easy to push things across the board, but it's a difference to get there.
Exactly. And that's what happened in Vietnam and this war too. They're trying to fight it from Washington. Everybody's worried about what's going to happen if we do this or do that. So they're letting the generals and the majors and all that.
Well, the only thing I can say about that is all those greedy people from the congressman to right on up the ladder that's setting up in Washington worrying about whether or not they're going to be in power and have money. They're sending young men like this over there to be shot, harmed.
Do you know anybody that got one of the captains or whatever they were giving pink slips to? Did you know anybody that did that?
No.
That really upset me, that they're giving out pink slips for captains because they've got too many captains they're trying to get rid of, so they
Well,
give pink
what
slips.
upsets me is that these are the people here that are at the bottom of the ladder to get any help, financially or anything else. And I'm sure that's why, in some degree, that people have took projects like this on. Individuals to help people.
There are so many organizations out there that come out.
That help,
really are.
right. We got 2 minutes, so Jason, you say whatever you want to.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say about organizations. The biggest one that helped me was America's Fund. It used to be Semper Fi Fund, and America's Fund has definitely done a lot for me. I know Wounded Warrior Project. They hooked me up with a little go bag when I first got injured.
All right, I think we've talked his fiance into coming up here for just 1 minute. Hurry, Lauren. Cody will cut us off.
This is it. Everybody, just get in right there with him. See, this is his lovely wife.
Hi.
This is his lovely wife.
Wife to be.
Wife to be.
Fiance.
And they live over in Ringo, which is a great little town. I love Ringo.
And let me tell you what, from Dade County, I will speak for everybody. We wish y'all the very best. Jason, we appreciate what you did.
Thank you. It's an honor. Thank you so much.
Lauren, we appreciate you taking good care of him. And we hope someday you'll come back and bring the baby.
We will.
And let us see it.
And a picture of the house.
Okay, we'll do it.
And again, if anyone wants to follow us, just look at Jason's New Journey on Facebook, and we'll soon have a website up at jasonnewjourney.com.
And we want to see the baby.